So we have a new thunderstorm warning that has given us just a little bit of concern over here towards the Clinton neighborhood. And we saw a thunderstorm headed that direction a little bit ago. It has had some strong winds. It's had some hail in it, and it was just now severe warned. And as it has been severe warned, it's taken on just a little bit of a shape along the southwestern edge here, which we were talking about quite a bit the other night. So we watched these, getting a little bit concerned. Is there any rotation going on in there? And there has been in the last few minutes. Just an area to be watching there for some rotation. In the last couple of scans, this looks like this is broad rotation that has become just a little bit more broad. So may not be wrapping up so tight. But in this particular area, that is just off to the north of Montrose, just about to pass over the conservation area at Germantown, you guys may be noticing some rotation in the clouds above you starting to show up now. Radar indicated rotation just off to the southwest of Clinton. So no tornado warning cropping up there yet. Again, it is some broad rotation. We're going to watch for that to tighten up and make sure that it does not, because this is off to the southwest of Clinton. So current storm track for that just takes it out to the northwest of Clinton, passing over 18 Highway just about right now within the next 2 minutes, and it's going to cross 7 Highway just northwest of Clinton out here between Livingston and Harvey. So, but we're watching it. There is some rotation there just now starting to show up off to the southwest of Clinton. Again, not tornado warned at this time. It is something that we need to continue to pay attention to, and not seeing a debris signature there just yet. So a good sign, but there is something to pay attention to there in this particular storm. So we will watch that until that's no longer an area of concern off to the southwest of Clinton. So if you are off to North Montrose, out around the conservation area, out around RA, Piper neighborhoods, Delmar, Ladue, for sure, we're going to be paying attention for you guys maybe starting to want to think about your safe space to move to if that does develop into anything more serious. So as again, an area that we pay attention to, or a particular echo that we notice. And so I'm going to make sure that I can get everybody's updates here. If there's anybody out in that area, letting me know what you are seeing out there in that neighborhood right now. Probably can see some pretty good rotation. We'll try and get a clue for what that is doing as we move along here. Looks like it might be a little bit less so. It is less so. That's great. There's still some big rotation. It probably looks ugly, but just still something to pay attention to there. So no debris signature showing up for me yet, just rotation, probably broad. We can move on up and see what we get as we move. Yeah, so you should be able to see that from the ground. So interesting shape taking place there. Not a good sign, not what we wanted to see tonight, but all I'm seeing is rotation to pay attention to there. So if you're just hopping on, I'm watching this thunderstorm that's off to the southwest of Clinton. Looks like this is going to pick up a northeasterly track, maybe just a little bit more to the north than a few minutes ago. So what we're paying attention to is this strong thunderstorm now that's finishing up over Piper and RA Highway that takes off south of 18. So this is going to get right Delmar, which is an intersection, if you know where that is. But it's at P Highway, and 18 is where the Delmar neighborhood is at. So you have a strong thunderstorm right now. It's going to intensify. Probably going to get some 1-inch hail out of that as well before this continues on its merry way up towards Livingston. So that is the thunderstorm we're watching right now. We don't like this shape down here. We're watching for this to develop in terms of some tighter rotation, not picking up so much there right now. So gonna let you guys watch that for just a second. I'm going to do a little bit of off-screen investigating here using a couple of other products, just to see if there's something else that I need to be paying attention to over here in this neighborhood. We'll hang with you until that is looking like less of a threat over here to the southwest of Clinton. So doing a little bit of 3D off screen just to look at that rotating there. It's very broad. You guys can see it. I have no doubt about that. You'll see rotation up above 10,000 feet, but it is not taking that tight it's not trying to tighten up, not wrapping up right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Hang with us here for a little bit as we start to talk about the area just north of Montrose right now. So we'll look at this thunderstorm. This is the area that we're paying attention to out over the conservation area just north of 52 Highway, working on the Ladue neighborhood. But the bulk of this, in terms of the significant rain and possibly some quarter-size hail, is just bisecting 18 Highway right now. So that is the neighborhood that you're dealing with right now. I think we'll go out here wide scale. I think this is really the only thing to talk about in the region until we get down here to south of the area. We can talk about Greenfield, and I bet we're talking about wind for you guys down here coming into Lockwood and Greenfield. Let's take a look at velocity for you guys. Strong wind gusts going to be impacting the Lockwood neighborhood headed over towards Greenfield off of this cell down here. So let me know where you guys are and what you are seeing. If you have questions about any particular area, it's really just these two areas that we're talking about right now as we work on 5:46 p.m. So as I was saying just a few minutes ago, we need to pay attention through the 8 and possibly the 9 o'clock hour for this type of activity tonight. This is kind of what I didn't want to see. I was showing you guys on data. I was thinking this might crop up a little bit later. But it may be here. So in terms of some of this little bit more linear organization, so what we can have in these is we can still have spin up tornadoes and little hooks like that, for example, or they could be anywhere along this line. But the good thing about this is if those happen, they tend to be pretty short in duration. We can have things that crop up out here in front of the line, for example, but predominantly with these more linear structures, we're talking about damaging straight line winds. So didn't really want to see that take shape tonight, but it was a possibility. So if I go out kind of wide and you guys can see the entire area, we'll hop back up here. These are the areas that we're talking about. Behind these two storms, we just have some strong thunderstorms. So it actually looks like just out to the west of Butler along the 52 Highway, between Amoret and Butler, for example, you guys have a little cell right there that's probably got some small hail in it. This is going to head off directly toward Adrian. It is not severe warned at this time, but we could be coming into a little bit stronger environment over here to the east, it possibly looks like to me. So we've been watching this little shape that we don't like to see all the time that's just clipped down toward the Montrose area, right over the conservation area right now. We have been watching for some radar indicated rotation in there and not getting too much attention right now, but we want to continue to pay attention to that for any further development. So this is an area where people need to be just paying attention right now as this is passing towards Clinton at this moment right now. With some big rotation up there, we'll watch and make sure that that does not do anything more suspicious here in the next few minutes. But by and large, for the whole area, that is our area of concern right now. And we can go ahead and take a look at data to see if we have any updates since the last live stream. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and pull in the latest high resolution data and see what that gives us for the next few hours. But I will tell you, model data has been struggling with this all day. It really started overnight last night. So here's possibly a 6 p.m. picture as we're coming up on 6 p.m. This looks about right to me, right? That's almost exactly what we're seeing. And then as we move towards the 7 p.m. hour, we can still expect some cells to be popping up out of the southwest down here. So this path, and again, this is a new update and it's been different all day long, but it wouldn't surprise me to be talking about thunderstorms kind of here in this arc, still picking up like the Mound City area headed over towards Butler, Adrian, but like Garden City on its way over towards Warrensburg, and this is still picking up between, say, 7 and 8 p.m. But if you ask me, things have been a little early tonight. That's how I feel the last couple of hours as I get on here. There's possibly an 8 p.m. picture. So what concerns me about this 7 to 9 p.m. data is I am starting to see more of some quasi-linear stuff trying to organize here. And so again, that's where we would be talking about possibly those damaging winds with that, less of a tornado threat with that stuff, but again, those damaging winds. So we'll go back over to live radar right now. Let's go over here to Clinton, where we just have a severe thunderstorm warning, and this persists for the next 25 minutes. It takes us up to about 6:15, I think. for 60-mile-per-hour winds and up to quarter-size hail. So this is where our area of focus is right now for this strong thunderstorm, getting ready to knock through Henry County at Clinton, just getting ready to pass over 18 Highway, has had me paying attention down here to the south end, but no tornado warning there as of right now. So good sign. We have just paid attention there. We'll hop back over there if we need to. So over here in the non-severe category, but people that are tired of these big thunderstorms would be between Butler and Adrian. I see some hail. Let's check that out for you guys. Hail core getting ready to pass through Virginia at 52 here. Take a look at that. So some possibly quarter-size hail, I would say, getting ready to impact the Virginia area. This is going to get out west of Passaic at F, at like F, CC, and FF, possibly, for hail. This goes right through Adrian if it hangs together as well in about the next 10 minutes off of this storm. So that's what's going on over here. Not severe warned right now. If they do kick that, it'll be because of the wind and that hail that looks like it's picking up. So let's go back over here to Clinton. What I see now is a tornado warning based off that radar indicated rotation that we have been talking about. A severe thunderstorm that we've been watching, capable of producing a tornado, was located near Montrose, 9 miles southwest of Clinton, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Radar indicated rotation. So everybody within this warned polygon right now, which is Clinton, needs to be moving to their safe space. We've been monitoring this little hook down here that does look to be directly impacting Clinton, maybe just a little bit to the south. So let's go ahead and see what they are talking about and get a kind of a clue. Yep, so talking about this area of rotation that is happening right now, let's go ahead and get some street level with that. So this is over Montrose Conservation Area out to P Highway and Ladue, which is T Highway. So this is the area that's rotating right now. It's just south of 18 Highway, which there's P Highway. So P and 18, it is just south, working its way off towards where T Highway hits 18. This is the area that we are concerned about. Everybody for sure needs to be in a safe space there. I'm going to scroll through some products and see what we think about this. And I do see that this is possibly trying to tighten up and come together. But it has looked like that before in the last few minutes, right? So bottom line is everybody needs to be in a safe space as we are off to the southwest of Clinton here. And you can let me know, folks over to the northeast, what you guys are seeing. Probably lots of rotation. Let me know if anybody over there is starting to see any lowering. This is not out of the question. So again, rotation right now just coming over Ladue at T Highway. Here is our arrows telling us where this thing is going to go. If I go right between them, I just don't have a choice but to point directly at Clinton. So everybody in Clinton needs to be taking cover, be going to your safe space off to your southwest within the next few minutes as an area of radar indicated rotation. And we may be starting to see some signs of some lowering there. Nothing I can hang the hat on just yet, but I think it may be trying to wrap up there. So not a good sign, and we need to continue to pay attention to this area over here just off to the southwest of Clinton. Doing a little off-screen investigation of that while we just hang out over that area and see what develops. And I have a new scan to check out, so I will do that. So go ahead and show you what I'm taking a look at off screen. This is a 3D scan and I have it set on rotation just to kind of show me what's happening. And this is exactly why they have issued that tornado warning. So you guys can see this trying to lower, trying to wrap up. These are alternating wind directions. That's what the two colors are showing us there. And so it's not uncommon at all to see the wind going one way up here in the upper levels and down here on the lower. It's called shear when you have two opposing wind directions there. That's absolutely normal for this type of setup, but we get concerned when they start to wrap up, and we're starting to see that there. And I even see some stretching down towards the surface where we may not have that funnel shape yet, but it may be trying to come together over there. So that is what has prompted this warning. That's what we're paying attention to over here to the southwest of Clinton. Okay, so once again, we are talking about this very concerning area right here to the southwest of Clinton, where we have had, at the very least, some radar indicated rotation and some possible lowering going on. And we'll go ahead and kind of pinpoint the neighborhood that is right now, moving along at, I think it was around 30 miles per hour. So this is still right over Ladue, and this is going to start working on, in terms of this area that we're paying attention to. Let's see what's happened. There's a new scan. It might be a little broader based on that. That's pretty awesome. So we're really still talking about Clinton, everybody. So tense little time setting up over there in Clinton. Let's see if we see anything new on the new scan, and I really don't. So I bet you see some ominous lowering getting started over there. Still talking about radar indicated rotation. Have not seen an update to this bulletin here. Started paying attention to this about 10 minutes ago, you guys. And so this is concerning for the folks in Clinton. Once again, everybody needs to be in their safe space. There is a tornado warning active for the next 18 minutes. We do have radar indicated rotation. I have checked that out pretty well on 3D. I do see rotation, so we're right to be warned. This is passing Clinton. This might just clip the southwest of Clinton if anything does touch down. So thoughts and prayers, everybody over there, to be in their safe space. And we will watch this together until we know what happens and until it is no longer a threat. So continue to see signs that say this may just all be rotation that is not trying to touch down, but these are the signs that we don't want to see over there in this particular storm. So as this progresses through, it continues to give us concern over there in Clinton in this tornado warned area. Checking some reports off screen here, just trying to see what anybody is seeing. And I'll go ahead one more time and take a look at 3D. So still reason for concern. Here is my latest 3D scan. This is a couple scans different from where we were just a minute ago. But you guys can see here with me that I am seeing some tightening where these clouds are wrapping up, and they are approaching 10,000 feet and may be below that. Hard to say off of this scan. So we'll go back over and investigate another couple products to see if we have something trying to touch down. Definitely in the realm of possibility here. So we definitely need to continue to pay attention, try to find out what is happening exactly on the ground over here to the southwest of Clinton. Let's see what we can see. So do believe something is trying to come down off to now the southwest of Clinton. Good news. This is significantly south of Clinton. So our area of concern continues to be if something is touching down or trying to. So we kind of depend on you guys to tell me what's happening on the ground. And so if anything is, it is right out here in the neighborhood north of T Highway. So this is between T and 18, but it's close to T. So we're out here just passing Ladue right now, north of T Highway, and not far from the intersection of T and 13, just off to the west. So we will continue to pay attention to this area here and see what develops out here to the southwest of Clinton, where we have an active tornado warning. We have lots of lowering, and I think we have something trying to put down a tornado over here. That's about as far as I can tell you from radar indicated data. So we will have to see if we see anything that lets us know something is for sure on the ground or trying to be here. Tough time over here to the southwest of Clinton. And I will check every product that I have, trying to come up with a little bit more information for you guys. Still obviously seeing that area of rotation. Let me go. I have a new scan. I can check out 3D. Really see the same thing. So there is an area of rotation persisting there. So this product is consistent with that 3D that I was seeing, that I think rotation is tightening up. I am looking for clearer signs of debris, and I think that the area that we're talking about just continues to trend off to the northwest, and it really is concerning for at least the southern portions of Clinton at this time. The overall structure makes me think we might be headed for better news, but just not yet. So you guys can see how that has tightened up in the last few minutes. How that has wrapped up is not a great sign, but we'll continue to hold our thoughts here for Clinton. Again, everybody in your safe spaces over there as we pay attention to this tight area of rotation. I am sure it is visible. And hopefully nothing more than that. So starting to see this move along, And we are right now over the southern edge of the city of Clinton. With this rotation, radar indicated very strongly, and it's just about to hit 13 and 7. Looks like prime neighborhood for where this will be headed next. Maybe just a little bit to the south as we still pay attention to this, watching for any particular signs of further development here as far as what might be trying to touch down over there. Not sure, but at least strong rotation continues in this area. Very strong now. So let me switch products on you off screen and see what I think is happening over there, you guys. All the signs continue. I just continue to watch off screen, hoping for better news. But here's what I'm looking at. So all signs indicate that there is rotation close to the ground. This is a live 3D scan over there, just south of Clinton. Wind velocity showing me that there is rotation wrapping up fairly tightly. It's got to be visible from the ground. So that is the best that I can do in terms of what I think is happening over there in that neighborhood right now. So we'll look for some dust and debris, and I think we see it just to the south of Clinton High School. This is just off to the west of Meadow Lake Country Club. So this particular radar product is going to pick up debris, and this is looking straight out from the radar, looking for debris that rises up into the atmosphere. Significant debris. I generally see darker color than this, but this is a particular indication that the radar is starting to pick up something there. And this would be just out to the end of South 2nd Street, right over Charles E. Calvert Drive, headed directly toward 13 Highway at Parkfield Inn, Hampton Inn in Clinton, Westbridge Inn and Suites. And I'm starting to see what I thought we might see as this gets closer to the ground or has perhaps touched down. We'll have to wait for some confirmation. But this is right now at 18 Highway over Clinton High School, Charles E. Calvert Drive, Aldi, Parkfield Inn, and the Walmart Supercenter. Here is Walmart, you guys. I'll get this up here where you can see it. So this is rotating near the ground or touching down, but I think we're starting to pick up a good sign that there is debris pulling up into the atmosphere. We'll wait for some confirmation here. Tornado observed. Tornado warning remains in effect. A confirmed tornado located over Clinton moving east at 30 miles per hour. That is what I have not wanted to see. We now have confirmation of a damaging tornado on the ground, and here it is. Here is our tornado debris signature. This is right over Clinton, you guys, at the high school, right south of 18. This is Westbridge Inn and Suites, where we now have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Here is that hotel, Westbridge Inn and Suites, Aldi, and Parkfield Inn is where this is picking up right now. We have a confirmed tornado on the ground in Clinton. Let's see what else we have in the bulletin. We started to pick up on that debris signature just a few minutes ago. Tornado is on the ground, so everybody needs to move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Hope you have been there for a significant period of time now. This is a confirmed tornado. Again, looks to be just to the southeast of Clinton is where we're talking about right now. Go ahead and put this up here. So in the path of this will be, looks like we're going to move out here to the north. Of the Westbridge Inn and Suites and Walmart will be in the path, or just off to the south. So where we are talking about now, we're going to move out. The hospital here is Golden Valley Memorial Hospital, where 7 Highway curves around to the south. So hospital, 7 Highway at 52 is where this thing is right now. This is our debris signature, lofting debris up into the air. This is now off to the northeast of Clinton. This is going to head out 52 Highway, you guys. So it's going to be just about right over it. So we're going to finish up along East Green Street and 52. So what path is this going to take? It looks like we're headed up 52 Highway. This is a confirmed tornado on the ground. This is a debris signature, so we'll hang out until we don't see that anymore, but have every reason to believe that this is on the ground now by that debris signature. So headed out again, 52 Highway, going to hit YY, 52 and YY off to the northeast of Clinton. Everybody in that zone, please get into your safe space. A confirmed tornado is off to your southwest. Clinton Country Club neighborhood needs to be moving to your safe space. You guys have a tornado off to your southwest that is headed your direction. And this is going to, let's take a heads up out here to Lewis neighborhood. So let's get some cross streets out here. If anybody is still not sure where this is going to hit, 52 Highway, see if I can get some street names for you here. Nothing pulling up for me, but 52 again out towards Lewis. Everybody here needs to be taking shelter. Hopefully you guys are paying attention. So that's not quite the debris signature I saw a minute ago. I'm hoping for some better news, that maybe that this is starting to lift back up as we get across 52 and 7. That's where this thing is, if this is still on the ground. And I think that it is. So we're talking about, over here in Clinton, we're talking about north and east of Golden Valley Memorial Hospital. A confirmed tornado was spotted on the ground a few minutes ago. It is pushing off toward the north and the east. We're going to watch and see what starts to evolve for you guys over there. So that is what is in this neighborhood right now. The area of concern is this area where this highway 52 meets 7 out by the hospital, out to the north and east of Clinton. Checking storm reports just to see if there's anywhere else that I need to be bringing your attention to. Obviously, we're hanging out in this area right here, where we've had a tornado touching down, passing through Clinton. Area of concern is going to be out still to the north and the east along 13 and 52 highways, where these take off toward the northeast. Look to see what we have as far as confirmation around the area right now, but we had lowering all across areas to the southwest, and I think the touchdown on this is going to be somewhere maybe just south of Clinton or southwest of Clinton. I'll have to play that back and see where I think that may have come down. And I'm looking to see what else we know. So we are moving out exactly the path that I just said. So away from the hospital, up 52, out 52 highway is our area of concern right now. Still getting some sign that there's some debris being lofted into the area, but maybe not as tight an area. So I'm not too sure what you're seeing on the ground as this plows somewhere between out here just to the west of 13 and 52, headed off to the northeast. So what a situation has developed out there. We'll see if we have an update. Storm chasers had confirmed this tornado. We'll play this back just a little bit. So we have a tornado warning still until 6:45 p.m. and try to find out what time this thing was confirmed. Some time ago. Don't know. So still have a little bit of a debris signature. Looks like it's falling apart. Out here really between 13, encompassing 13 highway out northeast of the hospital, 52 highway all north and east of the bend in the road there at 7 highway out to the northeast of Clinton. So all of this area we want to continue to take cover. It looks like kind of the northern extent of this warned polygon right as we head up. So it looks like area of concern is going to kind of split 13 and 52 highways as we go out to the northeast. So I'm not seeing that tightly wrapped rotation anymore. There is rotation. It does look like it has pulled up. And so I think this is a gradual good sign working its way off as we get up or into like towards Calhoun, but not seeing what I did see a few minutes ago when that confirmed tornado was touching down. So let's pop back over here and see what we see. Yeah, so not such a tight debris signature. Pretty awesome. Do still see it. And so what a mess out there around 13 and 52. We're going to be talking about, again, this neighborhood up there, 13, 52, all the way out towards Lewis until we see a little bit more assurance that this is not still so damage producing, which I am seeing. It's looking a little bit better as we go off down that 52 highway corridor. So if you are out here along 52, we still have rotation back to the south. If you're up along Lewis, where you guys are having a significant thunderstorm right now, we still have plenty of rotation down off to your south and west. The situation is looking to improve. And so now we're back to radar indicated rotation, and all of this, and this tornado warning is because this thunderstorm has produced a tornado. Now we're seeing radar indicated rotation. Again, although this looks less concerning to me, still concerning, but not as much as this starts to track out towards the Calhoun and Windsor neighborhood. So this latest bulletin is for radar indicated rotation only, and we are seeing this go for the next 26 minutes. This is going to pick up Y Highway, but I think we're really talking about north of Yolo. So we're talking about Calhoun, all along this 52 highway corridor here, 52 out towards Y and Windsor. And you guys at Windsor up towards Bryson are in this tornado warning. because we have had a tornado out of this thunderstorm. So for the next 26 minutes, tornado warning persists out here in this area. So because we have been so focused over there, and I think it's a little bit less dangerous now, let's go back down here and talk about the Appleton City neighborhood. This is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag. So let's go ahead and investigate this one together. This thunderstorm, I am sure, generates that tag because of this little shape down here, which we just got done talking about, a very similar thing developing over there to the southwest of Clinton. Bigger rotation kind of coming together here now on the southwestern corner of this. So an area that we will pay attention to now will be this area. Let's go ahead and look where we're going to pay attention. We're paying attention out to the east of Rockville. So here is H Highway out east of Rockville. Here is B Highway. This is the area where we're starting to see some broad rotation right now, and a little hook trying to get going there, kind of, sort of. Maybe it will seahorse on us. I don't know. So we'll watch that. There is a little bit of rotation right there. So we've given us a tornado possible tag. It is just a severe thunderstorm warning at this point in time, but it is going to pick up Lowry City, 13 Highway, Osceola, going to go out towards the Scout Reservation as well on the far right side of your screen. But we are watching this thunderstorm right now. So aside from the rotation, strong thunderstorm reaching all the way up to the eastern side of Appleton City, A Highway, and going to pick up Lowry City. So we're going to watch that again for some possible big rotations starting to get together there. You can see change in color starting to come together. That is what we will pay attention to as rotation starts to be a thing out here south of B Highway. So this is directly east of Monegaw Springs is the area that we're paying attention to now. And you guys can tell from my arrows, this is going to pick up the B Highway and chalk level areas as well as where we're watching right now. So we'll watch for any further development in that area as well. What else is going on around the region? Because we have enough to talk about up there reaching the eastern edge. So let's pop down here to Carthage real quick and see what's going on down in your neighborhood. So we have a strong thunderstorm here that went severe warned. You have 1 hour left on that for just a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think that they have come up with anything else to complain about on this one yet. Not seeing anything else to be too concerned about right now, except for possibly a developing strong wind threat along the edge of this. So this one is going to, let me take that out of there and we'll play this one. This is going to push off. Looks like it's going to the southeast, right? But it's really not. The whole storm is really still tracking off to the northeast. So we do have a severe thunderstorm warning because of that. A little bit of organization going on there in a linear way. So we're talking about Jasper, Carytown, and Carthage. But I think all this is really going to push off to the Golden City and Newport neighborhood next down there in your neck of the woods. So storming all the way over to Stockton and Bolivar. Bolivar has a strong thunderstorm just about to cruise through your neighborhood. So let's go back up here and talk about our areas of concern. We will pay attention down here in B Highway neighborhood out to the east of Rockville, where we have seen some rotation. That's big rotation. So I will just kind of continue to hang out and watch that one for a few minutes. Not quite as concerning as it was a moment ago. Yeah, this is looking better to me. Still something to pay attention to, but this one has not tried to wrap up like what we saw over in the Clinton neighborhood. Still could do that. Still has that potential, but not such a clear sign there. Not such a clear signature. So just a good strong thunderstorm. There is some hail up here, some small hail. This is passing over Johnson City and M Highway at Yucca Springs. And that is going to take us out here to Lowry City in a few minutes. So and really the Chloe, between Lowry City and Chloe there up 13 Highway is where you will find that thunderstorm in just a few minutes. All out of gas up here in the Clinton neighborhood, looks like to me. So what is left of that thunderstorm is right over Calhoun. I mean, it is just heavy rain right now. Awesome. The bottom really fell out of that. I actually let that loop and make sure that there wasn't anything still hanging out up there. Not seeing anything warned up there right now. So we will check on the folks at Clinton here in a little bit, see what we were starting to see in terms of reports over there, see what that did. But as of right now, we have been talking about 52 Highway and everything, and you guys are not warned for anything at this moment. There is some thunderstorm activity just about to go between Calhoun and Windsor. So that has completely fallen apart finally. As it has come up 52 Highway there. Look at that. I will just let that soak in for a minute. So lots of nerves, I am sure, over there in that neighborhood tonight. Thoughts with everybody over there tonight. We will see what, since I hop off the live stream, see what some of these reports start to say, what happened over there. Kind of hard watching things on radar. You don't get as many clues as you think. You get clues. But eventually you just want to see exactly what the sky looks like. So, yeah, tough, intense story over there. So what are we seeing over here out east of Rockville right now? I'll look around off screen and tell you about that. I think it's just really broad rotation, and it is. Do see it trying, so we're going to keep an eye on it. I wish this would just go this way, and then we wouldn't have anything to worry about Lowry City and Osceola. But as long as we have that happening, then we'll continue to pay attention there to some, so far, just broad rotation. And we'll keep an eye on that until it gets a little closer over there to 13, see what it's doing about that time. So the atmosphere has given us everything that was possible tonight. We've had damaging winds. We have had hail. We have had a tornado. So let's check forecast data. And because we've been doing this long enough now that we should have an update. So let's go ahead and pull in the last update and see what it looks like for the rest of the evening. So I'm just kind of watching here. So this is what it says we may be seeing by 8 o'clock. I mean, I kind of wonder if we're not early on all this, but there's definitely nothing behind the last line. Everything's run pretty early today. And so given the way that models have handled it, I'm not too surprised not to see any other big developments to tell you. But if I go ahead and use composite radar to see what's going on around the region, I did think that activity would linger the longest down here in the southern parts. So you guys still have some severe thunderstorms down there. I see nothing going on as far as eastern Kansas right now. A little bit of stuff out to the east of Independence, Kansas that is not severe warned. Joplin, let's go down and talk about you while we're waiting to see what happens up north. Yeah, so Joplin still has this thunderstorm headed right over it right now. And again, we're talking about a wind threat, I'm sure, there, and possibly some 1-inch hail up to 60 miles per hour winds. So that is what is affecting your area right now. Looks like the bulk of it is at Alba, just about to cross over Carytown there at I-49. So just a strong thunderstorm right there. We'll watch for any different development happening there, but I'm not seeing anything as of right now to be concerned about there besides that strong thunderstorm, which look at these lining up. So I think we better talk about water trouble and flooding in this line really from Jasper all the way up to Bolivar. So we can talk about Bolivar in your neighborhood right now, a severe thunderstorm warning. It does not have a tornado possible tag on it right now. This is just a strong thunderstorm impacting your neck of the woods. Strongest of it right now is just finishing up at Fairplay, going to cross 13 Highway out just to the north of Bolivar. So heads up out here towards Lewisburg, Pittsburgh, and Urbana. You guys are severe thunderstorm warned for the next 45 minutes, but good grief, you have a line of a cluster. It's not a line, but thunderstorms are lining up. There we go, all the way off to your southwest. So going to be an hour or so of significant thunderstorm activity and possibly a continuation of those strong winds as we move through the evening. So we'll see if there's an update down here for 45 minutes down to the south around Jasper. No, nothing new there. So let's go up here and watch this. I do still see it. I wish it would quit. Off to the southwest of Lowry City. You guys can see it there too. So we need to pay attention. Again, it's just broad rotation, I think. So here's a pretty good representation. Here's an accurate up to the second representation of that little cell that I'm watching over there where I'm seeing rotation. You guys can see if the two reds come together there. So we have some rotation in that shear. So, I mean, okay. So because of that, here we go. Looks like we need to talk about, back over here with you guys, and so we do now have a tornado warning because that is trying to wrap up there. So let's talk about this tornado warning. Northeastern St. Clair, obviously. So located near Lowry City, 18 miles northeast of Eldo, moving east at 40 miles per hour. So we have all radar indicated rotation right now is what we're talking about in this. So tornado warning, this will be for the next 43 minutes because we have some rotation trying to wrap up where it is right now. And actually, there's nothing else going on before I get ahead of myself. Where this is right now is off to the southwest of Lowry City. And so we're talking about this area in here between Chalk Level, which is E Highway, FF Highway, out to D Highway, southwest of Lowry City, where we have some rotation trying to come down. Am I starting to see signs of debris here from people in that neighborhood? Drop me a comment, as it is safe for you if you have any eyes on this. I think we are starting to see that now develop down here to the southwest of Lowry City. So everybody should be in their safe space in this purple polygon here. I'll go ahead and zone out so that you guys can see this. This is picking up Osceola and Lowry City and the Scout Reservation are all in the path of what I think we are going to see as a touchdown. I'm waiting for an update. Might be a little harder to get and a little slower coming out in this neighborhood here, but I think this may be our second tornado of the evening as I'm starting to wonder about some debris here just off to the southwest of Lowry City. May not be, but that is what we're paying attention to. So again, everybody in this area here, this is now a new tornado warning. We have seen some radar indicated rotation. Do think I may be starting to see a debris signature there off to the southwest of Lowry City. So if you are traveling up and down 13 Highway, you should move out of there. I don't advise that for about the next 15 minutes. We're going to see if there is a confirmed touchdown off to your southwest, and this is going to extend all the way out to the Scout Reservation and clear up here to Browns Ford and Fox Run. You guys are in a tornado warning now for the next 41 minutes. Do think we will see some activity down here off to the southwest. So we will continue to pay attention to this and see what updates that we get. Not seeing it actually develop on 3D right now, so I'll wait for another scan, see if I can find it. Okay, so we'll have to wait for some confirmation. I'm not clear. It is trying to put something down in this neighborhood out here between Chalk Level and 13 Highway, just south of D, is where this is trying to get down to the ground. I'm not 100% sure whether we have anything on the ground there or not, but it is very possible right now in that neighborhood. So everybody should be, once again, story of the night, taking cover. A tornado warning is in effect. We're talking mostly about Lowry City and areas just to the south there along 13 Highway, and we need to be taking cover in Browns Ford and along CC Highway there just to the south of Browns Ford as we try and learn more about what is going on in this situation here just to the south of Lowry City. Continue to kind of explore this off scene, just trying to get any update on how this is evolving. So I'm not for sure that anything is on the ground there just to the southwest of 13 Highway, south of Lowry City. If there is, let's go ahead and use velocity. If there is, this is just about to cross over 13 Highway. I think this is going to show me where CC hooks into 13. This is our area of concern right now. For the very least, some radar indicated rotation that has tried to drop a tornado. Don't have confirmation of anything more than that at the moment, though it would not surprise me. Just south of Lowry City, so we'll hang out on that for a few minutes. I do see some pockets of rotation that could be some small funnel clouds trying to lower. At that elevation, it's really not reliable for me to know, but it could very well be that. So you really could see a funnel cloud just up above 10,000 feet. Is what I can say with any confidence. So can you see anything below that or anything happening below that? I do not know. But that is what I do see in a radar indicated way. So if any of that is happening, here we are. We're waiting for a new scan, and I think that's going to put us over 13 highway as our area of concern. And I continue to see 13 and CC highway, or at the very least have some low rotation going on, and we may have something that has touched down. And this could be that. This could be debris right here crossing 13 highway, just like we're expecting. And so if it is, we need to go ahead and give that heads up there just north of CC. And we're going to head out eventually to the Browns Ford neighborhood up along C highway. So everybody in that area for sure needs to be in their safe space. You have at least some strong radar indicated rotation out to your southwest, crossing over 13 highway at this particular point in time. Now, I can't say with confidence if anything else is happening there. This looks like some broad rotation and possibly some funnel clouds that you guys could see along 13 highway right now. So not sure of anything more than that. Looks like it may be broadening out just a little bit, but we'll continue to pay attention to this area here for just a few minutes. What else is going on, you guys, around the region? Let's go ahead and back out. I think this is it until you get down to Bolivar, right? So look up at Kansas City. They're all done. They've had if you hung out and decided not to drive home for a little bit, that was probably a great decision. Looks clear up and down the I-49 corridor right now. So Bolivar, no surprise. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys down here. Starting to talk about predominantly a wind threat here as impacting Bolivar right now. It's going to work its way over across your portion of 13 highway over towards halfway. No big surprise. Check out these winds in this thunderstorm down here around Carthage. Yeah, wow. So a wind threat there. No surprise given the orientation of that storm passing over I-49 right now between Carthage and Jasper. That is a strong storm down there. So we're talking about wind damage all along this corridor here, wind damage and heavy rainfall being the potential up there. So still monitoring as far as west central Missouri. We're still monitoring this tornado warning. If you're jumping back on, we have radar indicated rotation. We have had that for about the last 13 minutes. So all of this area is certainly going to experience heavy downpours, possibly some 1-inch hail, and we're paying attention to some radar indicated rotation. Do kind of think that the shape that I'm seeing now might be a little bit less concerning for that. Certainly hope so. Coming over 13 highway here. So nonetheless, out here along CC highway to the east of 13, everybody still needs to stay safe. Do think we're seeing a little bit of an evolution of breathing easier as we get across 13 highway here. Let me go ahead and check that out. Yeah, good sign. There is still rotation. There is still rotation low to the ground on a 3D scan, but I may be one radar scan behind what you guys are seeing. So we'll go ahead and update that in a couple of minutes. But yeah, this is really looking like it's going to shake out to be broader. Look at that. So I think this is a great sign as we're headed off towards C Highway there for you guys. So again, we'll hang out on this for just a couple of minutes. Make sure that that doesn't try to put down anything lower. Don't have reports that tell me any differently down here. So hey, Sharon, any reports of damage in Clinton? I don't know. I've been paying attention down here at Lowry and Osceola. Natisha, so far I've heard there is significant damage. I bet. Yeah. As soon as I hop off the stream, I'm going to investigate that for you guys, and we'll try and post what I know. I would believe it. I mean, just sitting here, I haven't stopped since we did that tornado. I mean, it was on the ground for several minutes. And it really, um, portions of Clinton impacted possibly by that. So I would not be surprised, unfortunately. So good thoughts. Prayers for anybody that's going out and dealing with that now. I think the craziest thing about tornadoes is you have this terrifying, relatively short period of time that feels like forever. And then it's like it is now. I mean, I'm looking out my windows right now. It is a beautiful day in my part of West Central Missouri. I mean, the sun is out. Looks really nice. I'm going to go do chores in a few minutes. It's gorgeous outside. But some people will be standing in total devastation, if not worse. And it's just over like that. It's the most eerie, unsettling feeling because it'll just all of a sudden be beautiful after just complete devastation. So that is, everybody has their tornado stories and they all make us feel different. Some of us have been through several. Other people have been affected by multiple. Some people never have. You never want to. And everybody describes them differently. But to me, it's always that period afterward where you're just stunned. Because it's like you just honestly cannot believe that happened because it's a gorgeous day all of a sudden after the worst event of your life. So all we can do is try and put the word out early and make sure everybody is aware of all of the possibilities and then warn them when things start to be more concerning. So talking about being more concerning, I think we're talking about less concerning over here to the east, northeast of Lowry City. Not having major concerns out here for you guys right now, as I think that has lifted well back up into definitely some broad rotation that you can't even probably see anymore as it gets off toward Browns Ford. So that's a good sign over there for you guys. Do still see some rotation, so we'll hang out for just a few more minutes, hoping that has done all that is going to do. So let's go back out here and take kind of a wide view again. Not seeing anything developing off to our west. Do see some continued development down here to our southwest. That's still going to traverse southeast Kansas for possibly the next couple of hours. Bartlesville, Oklahoma just got a severe thunderstorm warning down there. So this stuff can continue to crank up along that corridor. I will take a break and see what the Storm Prediction Center is thinking for the rest of the evening here in a few minutes and let you guys know about that. But our strongest storm activity down here is picking up the Carthage neighborhood, headed off towards Greenfield and Bolivar. You guys just have a corridor of strong thunderstorms that will produce strong winds. I always change over to velocity product as I say that because, yeah, holy cow. You will have those 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts for sure, if not more. Golden City. It's like I'm Garden City tonight. Golden City and Avila? Or is that Avila? Avila? Somebody will email me. I guarantee it. The grammar police are out, and they like to watch live streams. I'm not mad. I just don't know how to pronounce that town by local standards. So this is where our strongest thunderstorm activity is right now. We look for, obviously, wind along those little bit more linear organizations right now. Continue to see good things up here for east of 13 Highway. And besides, hey, the bulk of the activity is now east of 13 Highway. So make no mistake about it. This is a robust thunderstorm that is now crossing over Browns Ford. It's going to head off towards Fox Run, which is along ZZ Highway. But look at that. Wait for a new scan. Oh, yeah, now we're going to talk about wind. We're talking about wind at the Scout Reservation. I guarantee it. But I don't think we're talking about significant rotation anymore or rotation that we need to be too worried about as this crosses over into your neighborhood. Not worried about that right now. So good sign. I'm glad for that for you folks over there. Didn't want you to get in on the stuff that we saw just a little bit further to your north. So all right, I think it is a good dinner break time. Let me check and see what I can find damage report wise. I appreciate everybody joining with me tonight. I absolutely have to point out the people that make this possible, and that would be Kyle over in Hume, Missouri. Again, glad that he hooked up with 660 Weather because they produce storm shelters, and I've always wanted a vendor in our area that does that, so I just can't say enough good things about him and the work that he does, and they do a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So appreciate their commitment to local weather and following along with us tonight. So at the moment, here we go. scrolling out, I do expect continued strong thunderstorm warnings. It is only 10 till 7, so we have lots of energy possibly left to burn through for these guys down here tonight. So continuing along this corridor, but I think it's predominantly a wind and hail threat for you guys down there. Let's check one more time over here on Osceola. This is definitely turning into a wind threat over there. Let's go ahead and see if I can get the best view of that. Yeah, you're going to have strong wind gusts picking up a layer along C and ZZ Highway there over there in that neighborhood, but I'm not expecting to see anything more suspicious than that cropping up. You have some broad rotation up there, but it has not tried to wrap up in the last few minutes. And radar picture there's not making me too concerned for that at the moment. So that is what we have across the area, you guys. I will jump back on here and talk to you if I need to tonight. Appreciate you joining me, everybody being with me. Appreciate the sponsors, everybody helping me out. Have a great night. I will get you some updates and I'll post them. Catch you in a little while.